Heaven stood still. A silence hung over the multitude of angels and saints gathered before the throne of the Almighty. In his right hand, the one seated on the throne held a scroll, sealed shut with 7 seals. It was no ordinary scroll. It held the destiny of the world, the fulfillment of God's judgment and redemption. But no one, no creature in heaven or on earth or under the earth, was found worthy to open it. John, exiled on the island of Patmos, stood witness to this heavenly scene. And when he saw that no one could open the scroll, he wept deep, aching sobs. Was the plan of God to remain closed forever? Was evil to go unpunished and justice never unleashed? Then came a voice. One of the elders said to him, "Do not weep. Look, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the Root of David, has triumphed. He is able to open the scroll and its 7 seals." John turned, but what he saw was not a lion. It was a lamb looking as though it had been slain, standing at the center of the throne. The lamb came forward and took the scroll from the right hand of the one who sat on the throne, and when he did, all of heaven erupted. 24 elders fell down, golden bowls of incense in hand, representing the prayers of the saints. Harps strummed in harmony. A new song rose. "Worthy is the Lamb who was slain to receive power and wealth and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and praise." And so the Lamb broke the first seal. A thunderous voice called out, "Come!" And behold, a white horse burst forth. Its rider held a bow and was given a crown. He rode out as a conqueror bent on conquest. This was the beginning of the judgments, a time of reckoning, a deceptive peace, a false triumph, not the Christ but the great imitator. The second seal was broken. Again a voice cried, "Come!" This time a fiery red horse galloped forward. Its rider was granted power to take peace from the earth and to make people slay one another. A great sword was placed in his hand. The world would bleed. War and chaos spread like wildfire. Then the Lamb opened the third seal. A black horse emerged and its rider held a pair of scales. A voice echoed, "A quart of wheat for a day's wages and 3 quarts of barley for a day's wages, but do not damage the oil and the wine." Famine had arrived. Scarcity gripped the land. The essentials of life grew expensive. Luxuries remained untouched. An imbalance, a groaning of the earth under judgment. The fourth seal opened. A pale horse appeared, ghastly and sickly. Its rider was named Death, and Hades followed close behind. They were given authority over a fourth of the earth, to kill by sword, famine, plague, and the beasts of the earth. Death rode swiftly and with fury, claiming multitudes in his wake. When the fifth seal was opened, there were no horses, no riders, but the scene turned to the souls of the martyrs under the altar. They cried out with passionate voices, "How long, sovereign Lord, holy and true, until you judge the inhabitants of the earth and avenge our blood?" They were each given a white robe and told to wait a little longer, until the full number of their fellow servants would be killed as they had been. Even in judgment, God's timing was precise. Then came the sixth seal. The heavens convulsed. A great earthquake shattered the calm. The sun turned black like sackcloth, the full moon turned blood red, and the stars fell to earth like figs shaken from a tree by a violent wind. The sky receded like a scroll being rolled up, and every mountain and island was moved from its place. Panic seized the kings of the earth, the generals, the rich and mighty, and every slave and free person. They ran to caves, crying to the rocks, "Fall on us! Hide us from the face of him who sits on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of their wrath has come, and who can stand?" But before the final seal, a pause. 4 angels stood at the corners of the earth, holding back the winds, halting the chaos. Another angel came from the east with the seal of the living God, and cried out not to harm the land or sea or trees until the servants of God had been sealed on their foreheads. 144,000 were sealed, 12,000 from each tribe of Israel. A great multitude followed, too vast to count, from every nation, tribe, people, and language, standing before the throne in white robes, palm branches in hand. They cried out in a loud voice, "Salvation belongs to our God who sits on the throne and to the Lamb." Worship rose once more in the heavens. Then the Lamb opened the 7th seal. For a full half-hour there was silence in heaven. No thunder, no angelic chorus, just a deep, overwhelming stillness. It was the calm before the storm. Then 7 angels were given 7 trumpets. Another angel, holding a golden censer, stood at the altar. He was given incense to offer with the prayers of the saints. The smoke rose before God. Then the angel filled the censer with fire from the altar and hurled it to the earth. Peals of thunder, flashes of lightning, and another earthquake followed. The seals had been opened. The scroll had begun to unfold. Judgment had started, not as chaos, but as a divine orchestration of righteousness. And heaven and earth would never be the same again. If you are loving this video, please hit both that subscribe and like button to help this message to spread far and wide. Check out the rest of the Bible Stories playlist to enjoy heartwarming events of the Bible brought alive. Thank you for supporting the Wake Up channel. God bless you.